He'll start this drive firing. He's going to take a shot right away. And he'll move it in inside the 20. That is exactly what you want to do with the football. He's got it all the way down to the 15-yard line. It's almost as if he's racing against himself out there. This speed, dare I say, is Galloway-esque.
Yes, definitely can fly, and it dictates the whole coverage. It dictates the defense to you. You think you want to put that guy on an island with a quarterback? No, I better need a safety over the top to help. He changes the whole structure of a defense with that blazing speed.
Works his way to the 4-yard line, and they'll have it first and goal. The offense threatening, close to the end zone now with a new set of downs. Back to throw, it's Howard. Touchdown, Ohio State! And they jump on top. You want to talk about a great way to start the game and set the tone early.
It's so nice to have a quarterback just get himself into the game, get himself established. You make a couple throws, you lead your offense down the field, you score right off the bat. Could not have been a better start for that QB.
Lining up to cover the kick after that touchdown drive. From a couple of yards deep, he'll bring it out. Not nearly as much as he'd hoped when he brought it out of the end zone. He'll be stopped at the 15. A first down for the offense. He's looking to throw it. Unloads to the wideout. Caught over the middle. It's George. And it is a chunk play. A huge gain on that one before the defense brings it to an end.
Well, it's a nice job snagging that pass. Miami has a tradition of Heisman Trophy quarterbacks. I get that. But guess what? If you're going to win Heisman Trophies, you're probably throwing to very talented wide receivers. Let's not forget about all the great receivers the Hurricanes have had as well. And they've got a special group this year. This guy right here is one of those dudes. He can beat you one-on-one with his speed, and he has some really, really good hands as well.
And an absolutely fearless tackle, giving up size, still got him on the turf.
I like this tight end. He does a really nice job on his route running. He's been beating man coverage. He can find the soft spots and zones. You got to get him involved.
Trying to get a rhythm in the passing game, now on second down. Looking to throw, it's Ward. Pass is incomplete, jarred loose by the hit.
Not many receivers like to get hit. They just don't, okay? They're prima donnas. That's what they are. That's who they are. Nice job by the defender. You could tell he was catching the football. He was going to put a hit on him to make sure he had to think about something later, and you could see the ball pop out and fall to the ground.
They'll come to the line at the 42, facing a 3rd and long. They're going to throw it again. Trying to beat the D deep. Oh, did he toast the coverage? Got it deep downfield. Touchdown, Miami! And once he found open space, the band might as well start playing. Getting set for the point after. Right down the boulevard. Quick work on that scoring drive, just 4 plays. And they close the deal with a 58-yard touchdown pass. After that latest answer tied things up, just about set to kick it away again. He'll return it. He was looking for some running room, but not much to be found as he stopped at the 18. Here comes the Ohio State offense onto the field. That last drive really productive. David wound up with a touchdown. They'll try to do it again.
Yeah, so I don't expect this offense to change too much, Reese. They had a great drive. They got the touchdown, everything working. I would expect them to keep pushing this ball downhill.
And just imagine if they could put another touchdown on the board right here. They could capture so much momentum in this game with back-to-back TDs.
snagged by the defense. Got room on the return. And he's wrapped up after a solid return on the pick.
That's why as quarterbacks, you cannot telegraph the pass. You cannot stare down your receivers because these defenders, they're watching it. And that defender knew exactly where the QB was going with that football, and that's why he picked it off.
Let's see what this offense has dialed up this time. They'll throw it on first down. Looking for the end zone. And they dialed up a shot play, but they couldn't hook up.
You know, it's a good decision by the QB because his intended target wasn't open, so throw it out of bounds, and you can live to play another day here on this drive.
Looking to throw, it's Ward. Going back to the well, another deep ball. Excellent coverage and good use of the hands to knock it away.
You know, this defense knew the offense was going to try to take shots vertically down the field and do it in a variety of ways. That time, they were able to defend the corner route and swat the ball down.
And, guys, they really need to take advantage of this field position on 3rd and long. Can't find the man, and he'll be knocked down at the 40.
On 3rd and long, you know what's coming. That's exactly where you want to get an offense. The passing game has to come out. You go nickel, bring some more speed on the field, and the defensive line gets home and gets the sack to force the 4th down.
Man, they can barely see the first down marker from there, but they'll go for it on 4th. Ball in the air, intercepted. Never really got that return cranking, but the offense is set up at the 30.
A lot of quarterbacks have so much confidence that they can fit the ball in tight windows. How about the defensive player right here making an unbelievable interception, forcing the turnover, big play, big momentum swing.
The Buckeyes roll that offense back out there. Fires to the wideout. And the laundry drops as the pass falls incomplete. Let's see who the penalty's on. So the decision has been made, and the coach will take the penalty. Now on 2nd down. He's looking to throw. Catch in the middle. It's Ibuka. Nice pitch and catch there, and they'll have enough for the 1st down.
Really nice throw there to get the 1st down. And, you know, when you think about Ohio State quarterback play, especially here recently, it all comes down to efficiency. You have to make good decisions. You got to read the defense, and you got to be accurate. When you think of guys like Justin Fields, C.J. Stroud, guys who went in the 1st round, that's what they did. And this guy right here, I think he has the ability to be a 1st rounder in the future.
They've done a really good job identifying mismatches, and they find one out of the backfield there.
Reese, I really don't think it's that hard. My guy is better than yours. Find the matchup across the field. Running back's got some speed. Get it in his head.
Looking deep. And how about that DB getting a hand in there and forcing the incomplete pass? 2nd down coming up. Looking downfield, it's Howard. The little soft flip pass falls incomplete.
Man, this quarterback is living dangerously right now. Obviously, he threw a pick on the last drive. He's trying to complete that throw, but the defender gets a hand on it, tips it up in the air. That's oh-no. That is an oh-no situation.
He's going for it all. And that one's incomplete. They weren't just trying to move the chains. They were trying to move the scoreboard. Instead, it's 4th down. No sign of the punt team as they will go for it and try to move those chains. Into double coverage, and it's intercepted. And after the interception and the turnover, this defense has set its offense up for business.
This is obviously not a great start for this quarterback here. 2 interceptions already in this game. He's got to do a much better job with his decision.
And here comes that Miami offense back onto the field. They're bringing heat. And the pass rush is effective, and they tackle him at the 19. That type of pressure on the quarterback, that's vintage Ohio State, right in keeping with the legacy that's been established by the Buckeye D.
Yeah, and you take pride in that. You own that legacy with all those guys you see performing at a high level in the NFL. Man, you see that, you want to go get it, recruiting guys to fit those profiles. That's why Ohio State always has a good defensive line.
On 3rd and long, try to convert through the air. He'll turn it loose out to the right. And trying to put points on the board on 3rd down. Now they're staring at 4th down.
Nice job in coverage there. Offense trying to take a shot downfield. The defender able to tip that one up in the air and force it incomplete.
They were unfazed by that earlier fourth down failure and will try for a second time in this one. He's going to run it. Still on his feet at the 45. Powers through. Oh, and after the big gain, the ball's loose. Defense just cradling that fumble and securing it. And he's brought down, and this defense gets the ball back for its own. Here comes the Ohio State offense onto the field. After throwing the pick on the last drive, need to take care of the ball this time, Jesse.
We're going to find out a lot about this quarterback right here, too. How does he fight through adversity?
And he is finding wide-open defenders all over the field. His third interception of the day. Never had a chance to get rolling after the pick, but he gives them the ball in prime field position at the 40. Offense getting set for first down. Wants to throw. It's Ward. Using his feet to buy time. And he picks up the first down, but he will remember the price he paid after that hit.
Well, it's a great individual effort by him, but boy, oh boy, it came at a cost. He was able to go out and get some positive yards and make something happen for his offense, but
he's looking deep. And the DB forcing the incomplete pass with the deflection.
DB does an outstanding job here on the deep pass, locating the football, no PI, able to swat it away, pass incomplete.
They'll run play action. On the move to his left. That's it, fly. Working that left side. He's brought down, but there's a flag on the field. Let's see which way that's going to go. So the offense accepts the roughing the passer penalty, and they get a new set of downs. It can get frustrating chasing that quarterback, but you got to pull up. The roughing the passer penalty gives them the first down. Still looking on the move. Going to try to pop one on the screen. No, sirree, not this time. The defense was there and ready for that one.
They're just trying to sneak the back out to the right side there, but great job tackling on defense against a guy who's hard to bring down once he has the ball in his hand.
Defense rose up deep in its own end on that last play. Now a second and long coming. He's looking to throw. Unloads to the wideout. Touchdown, Hurricane! Made the snag and strolled his way into the end zone.
Quarterback's abilities to read the field is huge, and also the anticipation, the time to be able to throw the football, Jesse, and hit a guy in stride so he can get run after the catch and get in the end zone. That was a nice job by the quarterback.
Yeah, it's critical, David. Listen, a lot of times touchdown passes aren't thrown into the end zone. You've got to read the coverage, hit the open guy, and let him do the rest.
About to kick it away after scoring the touchdown. Here he comes from inside his own 5. Nice job by the kickoff team. Everybody stayed in their lanes, and they'll stop him at the 16. The Buckeyes roll that offense back out there. Well, let's see if this drive goes better than the last one. They were in and out quickly after the quick pick, David.
Yeah, first play.
It's complete. A huge pickup. And they don't drag him down until he gets all the way to the 46-yard line. On first down, here comes this offense. He's going to pass. He'll take another shot here. And that falls incomplete as they tried to wrap up the first quarter with a bang, but the incomplete pass takes us to the second quarter. Second down now as they're ready to go back to work. Looking to throw, it's Howard. Feeling some heat. Strong pass rush gets to the quarterback, and they get him at the 46. Third down conversions are a huge stat, and this one would be a doozy if they can pull it off. The sweet feet buy a little time.
This is why third down is so difficult for quarterbacks, because the defense substitutes, they put faster guys on the field, and they've got all of their different exotic looks they've been game planning all week for, some things you haven't seen on film yet, and it confuses your offensive line, it confuses you, and you're out here just trying to make plays, trying to do something right to get a first down. Wasn't able to gain a lot there.
And they finally make the tackle, but this will be a pretty easy conversion for this offense. And the Buckeyes are moving quickly down the field. Wants to throw on first down. Lets it fly. Pulls it in. They make the stop at the 2, but he's got enough to give them a first and goal. So close to cashing it in for this offense. A first down run on the doorstep. Moving toward the end zone. Ball out. Defense coming up with a huge fumble recovery.
What a play by the defense with their backs against the wall and a goal. Jump on it. That is how you change momentum in a game.
He'll take a deep shot here. And it goes through his hands. Oh, he had an explosive play right there for the taking, but couldn't reel it in. This offense has a second down play. Couldn't connect on first down, now back to the air. Shoots it forward. When you talk explosive plays, the defense finally able to make the stop. Lining up from the 34 on first down. Looking to pass, it's Ward. Heaves it on the run. And this is dropped. Incomplete pass. He had a huge gain in his fingers, and he couldn't hold on. Offense gets set for second down. They'll turn to Martinez. At the 45, on his way. And he breaks into the open. Past the 10. Slippery slide.